Hi, I'm Stephen Lay, the Rotary District Governor for West Devon and Cornwall. Welcome to the latest update on what we are up to, and it's good to hear that more and more people are watching this programme. The world's focus is very much on the plight of those in the Philippines and those fleeing from Syria. In this programme, we will bring you an example of how Rotary is involved, and also how Rotarians around the world can help to rebuild and support communities after disasters and conflict, and give real support to the less fortunate at home and abroad. At this time of the year, you will see Rotarians out on the streets collecting money to help with good causes at home and abroad. But Rotary is not all about collecting money from you, the public. We're about rolling up our sleeves and getting down to work where it is needed. So what is Rotary? My response is that Rotarians are just ordinary people, young and old, male and female, who are prepared to go slightly out of their way to help others. But it's when those ordinary people get together under the Rotary banner that they do extraordinary things. They save lives, change lives, and give hope. Later in this programme, we will be asking you to go slightly out of your way to help us with a global initiative to do just that. To help save lives, change lives, and give hope. But first, let me give you an example of how Rotary works. It was 12 years ago that a Rotarian in Helston in Cornwall was watching a disaster unfold on television. He had the simple idea of giving the victims shelter, dignity and hope by providing basic survival equipment and using Rotary's international network to help distribute this aid. He took the idea back to his Rotary Club and Shelterbox was born. Shelterbox is now a major separate charity and Rotary International's largest single project partner. Today, they are providing shelter, dignity and hope in the Philippines, to Syrian refugees and to others who have lost their homes elsewhere in the world. Let's see what Shelterbox does.
Since 2001, Shelterbox has distributed over 120,000 shelter boxes on over 180 deployments to more than 80 different countries. There has been one organisation in particular which Shelterbox has relied on time and time again.
Well, this is a relationship that's really based on trust, and Rotary has seen us through all the developments up to the organisation that Shelterbox is today.
Shelterbox Operations Headquarters is in the UK in Helston, Cornwall. From here, it coordinates all current deployments and relief efforts.
It's the 1st of August 2012. We're currently monitoring the situation regarding Syrian refugees going into Lebanon. So the first thing I'm going to do is contact our Rotary partners out there to get the latest information from them. Because we're a Rotary project partner, I can just pick up the phone and speak to trusted, reliable people, and the support that they can give the team ranges from meeting the team on arrival at the airport, finding accommodation for them, connect us with transport companies, with customs clearing agents, so that we can ensure that if we are bringing the relief equipment in, it can be cleared quickly, stored securely, and then distributed quickly to the families that need it.
Rotary Great Britain and Ireland are invaluable in their support for Shelterbox. David Glover, a Rotarian and Shelterbox member of staff, explains.
It's amazing how over 1,800 Rotary clubs in Great Britain and Ireland have supported Shelterbox. Sometimes it's the individual Rotarians that are doing it, but mainly it's the clubs that are supporting Shelterbox. So they do a tremendous amount for us. When you think that they raise over a third of our income in the UK and Ireland, it's a massive supporting tool that we have.
My name is Tony Williams. I'm a Rotarian of the Redruth Rotary Club. We're here today at the Redruth Fun Day. Being a Rotary member and being part of Shelterbox really works. Every year we actually come here to the Redruth Fun Day. Whenever there's a major disaster on, they're always out there doing collections. I was also involved with Shelterbox. I'm a response team member, and I went to Turkey in November, December of 2011 and linked up with the Turkish Rotary as well. Turkish Rotary within Istanbul have something in the region of about 8 different clubs, and each club has a lot of members involved in using their knowledge to actually work within the country.
I would really urge you to give consideration to becoming a Rotarian because it can make a world of difference. There is a club undoubtedly near you, near your home, that you could become part of and actively work as a Rotarian, and perhaps in time become involved in the work of Shelterbox around the world helping those disaster victims.
Well, that's Shelterbox. I said earlier that Rotary is all about helping those who are less fortunate than us. The public is used to seeing Rotary out on the streets collecting money for other charities and causes, just like Shelterbox. But we also have our own charity, the Rotary Foundation, which helps Rotarians and Rotary clubs around the world do what they're good at: saving lives, changing lives, and giving hope. One area of focus is disease prevention and treatment, just like polio eradication, where a few pence will prevent a child from contracting polio. 25 years ago, Rotary started the Polio Eradication Initiative, and as a result of that, since then, 7 million children have not contracted polio. Another area of focus is water and sanitation. Take the Rotary Club of Falmouth, which has started a water sanitation and hygiene project in Uganda, changing the lives of thousands of people. They raised £35,000 themselves, and then it was the Rotary Foundation that gave another £85,000. Around the world, the Rotary Foundation also supports initiatives focused on maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, economic and community development, and peace and conflict prevention and resolution. You can help. This is how you can help.
Tender hands, expectant eyes, all in line, while they wait their surprise. They love this time of year, it's all the cheer and bright lights. The bells ring out for you and me, as children sing for Christmas Eve again. The bells ring out for you and me, as children sing. It's Christmas time, you know the rhyme. It's Christmas time, sing it over and over again. It's Christmas time, you know the rhyme. It's Christmas time, sing it over and over again. Christmas time. It shines too bright for you to see the season's lights. The moving scenes, they love this time of year, it's all the cheer and bright lights. The bells ring out for you and me, as children sing for Christmas Eve again. The bells ring out for you and me, as children sing. It's Christmas time, you know the rhyme. It's Christmas time, sing it over and over again. It's Christmas time, you know the rhyme. It's Christmas time, sing it over and over again. Sing it, hey, sing it over and over again. Sing it, hey, sing it over and over again. It's Christmas time, you know the rhyme. It's Christmas time, sing it over and over again. It's Christmas time, you know the rhyme. It's Christmas time, sing it over and over again.
Well, you've heard the song. We're asking you to download a copy of this, with all profits going to the Rotary Foundation, where every penny will find its way to a good cause. We're now going to go across to the studio and ask Shane and AJ why they have done this and why they've been motivated to get involved.
Well, that is an interesting question, Stephen. Why, AJ? Why did we get involved in this?
Well, firstly, it's a fantastic cause. The Rotary do such great work, not just in Cornwall or the UK, but across the whole world, with things like Shelterbox and the Rotary Foundation Trust. The work they do is great. So if we can help raise awareness of what they do and maybe help raise them a little bit of money, then fantastic. But also it's a really ambitious project, which got me excited to be the first official Rotary song that might even make it into the charts.
It can make it though, that's the thing.
Yes.
It can make it with your help, of course.
With your help. We need your help to make this work.
Yeah.
So please get behind this really ambitious project. It's for a really great cause.
And we do think the work that the Rotary do, I've seen them as I've grown up all around me and wondered what they did, and you guys do such fantastic work that we thought, well, perhaps if we got together, AJ's a fantastic composer, I can sing a little bit, so we thought if we put the three together, perhaps we could have this year's Christmas #1. Who knows? But,
who knows?
With your help we could. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shane and AJ. Brilliant. That's just how ordinary people are engaging with Rotary to do the extraordinary.
Looking for a home maintenance company you can trust? Ocean now provides a whole range of expert maintenance services, from heating, electrics and plumbing, to refurbishment and roofing. And thanks to our 24-hour emergency call-out service, you're always covered. Ocean, we do more than you think. To find out more, call St Austell 874488 today or visit www.morethanyoutthink.co.uk.
Does your property suffer from mould and condensation? Southwest Ventilation offer a loft-mounted system supplied and fitted for just £499. With a 5-year guarantee and running costs of around a penny a day, it's the ultimate cure for mould problems. For a free site survey, call today on 0800 5999 269 or visit southwestventilation.co.uk. That's southwestventilation.co.uk.
Just imagine stepping into your very own warm, bubbling oasis after a long day to soothe away those aches, pains and stresses of everyday life. Cornish Hot Tubs have over 100 spas to choose from and have an experienced sales and service team to make your dream a reality. Let Cornish Hot Tubs help you relax, unwind and enjoy life with a little luxury in your back garden. Kingsley Village, so easy to get to with plenty of free parking. Come and browse all we have to offer under one roof. Why not feast your eyes over our delicious array of Cornish produce from our extensive food hall through to our cafe and Cornish crafts. Come and see why Kingsley Village is Cornwall's #1 choice for a Sunday carvery, served from 11:30 a.m. You will not be able to resist our mouth-watering selection of meats and vegetables. Kingsley Village at Fradden, the unique shopping venue in the centre of Cornwall.
let's look at some other ordinary people. Another ordinary Rotarian became aware of a project in India providing locally made prosthetic limbs for amputees. Since, Norman Proctor from the Plymouth Saltram Club and other Rotarians from southwest England have played a major role in the Jaipur Limb project. Let's see what they've been up to.
There are 7 criteria to manufacture good design, and the Jaipur limb is one thing that meets it. Very few do. You know, being cheap, easy to manufacture, local material, local labour, no waste, easily repairable. You know, these are items which make for brilliant design.
Top athletes playing the world's favourite game. Being physically fit is taken for granted. But for others, football and active sports can be impossible. Not for them, the roar of the crowd. Here in the Great Lakes region of Central Africa, it's estimated the number of amputees would fill the 55,000 Old Trafford Stadium, home of Manchester United, several times over. In many African countries, apart from accidents, wars, landmines, polio and snake bites have maimed so many. Not for them, the physiotherapy departments of modern Western hospitals, with expertise and sophisticated devices to make life bearable. Even the environment is against them. Rugged terrain, dirt tracks for roads, and primitive housing. Western-style artificial limbs seldom provide an answer. They're expensive and impractical for people who sit cross-legged and who squat. Back in the 70s, orthopedic surgeons working at Jaipur in India began to tackle the problem. They developed a limb, more especially a foot, which is cheap and easy to fit and which can withstand the rigors of rough and stony ground without necessarily being protected by shoes or sandals. Their work spread to Africa. For many, the limbs have given newfound freedom to cycle and even to work in the fields. By the mid-80s, the Rotary Jaipur Limb Project was founded. Its aim, to provide the funding for the materials and the training of the technicians. 2 permanent centres were established, one in Jaipur, the other in Delhi. They are operated by the Mahavir Society for the Physically Handicapped. At these centres, patients are provided with limbs completely free of charge. In many cases, they can be measured, their limbs made and be sent on their way within a few hours. All for about £25. Astonishing by Western standards. Temporary limb camps have been set up across India, and the scheme widened to countries in Africa.
Not all amputees are suitable for the Jaipur foot system, but the majority, because they live in the rural areas, it is adaptable and suitable. This is because it is light, it can be used in the mud, in water, and in all sorts of conditions without any repair, disrepair, or any damage. So we think that probably this is one of the best systems.
This is a leprosy hospital at Kumi in Uganda, a tumble-down collection of tin-roofed buildings and shacks. Once, it was among the best in the country. Wars and looting have reduced it to a pitiful condition. Nevertheless, it's here that a Jaipur training centre and workshop has been set up to serve the Great Lakes region. Max Ackermann leads a small dedicated team who grapple against the odds, even a hopelessly inadequate water supply. They're proud of their achievements. They bring mobility to patients who in many cases somehow struggle to reach the hospital from hundreds of miles away. So far, there are just a handful of centres in Africa. but not all are located in hospitals. This one's installed in 3 disused shipping containers, stacked in the corner of wasteland on the outskirts of Kampala. It desperately needs better facilities and more support. Just one technician works 6 days a week from 8 in the morning to 6 at night, bringing his brand of practical help to a grateful, always growing patient list. His materials and tools are basic, but with them, he creates miracles.
Yeah, I've been working in government hospitals for 15 years, and here in the Jaipur workshop, I've spent 1.5 years. Of course, I enjoy it when I see my patients working there and then, because they don't need too much training, gait training. With the Jaipur, a patient will just walk straight, and I enjoy that.
The amputees of India and Africa need help. £25 is all that it takes to make a limb. With it, the technicians use their skill and commitment to provide a gift of priceless value for their fellow countrymen.
I'm very pleased to talk about the Jaipur limb because it has been used extensively by Rotarians, and it's one of the very excellent projects for polio victims. It's an excellent project for some of the mine disaster victims. It's an excellent project really for any victims who need to use this prosthesis, and it has worked out excellent because of the low cost of it, because it's easier to train people how to attach them, how they can use them. The Jaipur limb is just one of those real good projects that Rotarians have discovered, and I would invite anyone and everyone to participate in the project.
In the southwest of England, we have some of the most deprived communities in all of the United Kingdom. Just think back a few years and you probably had not even heard of food banks. So far, the Trussell Trust food banks alone, and these are supported by Rotary, have provided over 100,000 meals since April. And experience shows the situation will get worse, as the choice has to be made: do I buy food or do I pay for warmth? In Plymouth, a number of Rotary clubs are regularly out on the streets. Let's show you what the Plymouth Mayflower Club is doing regularly, ably led by Rotarian Margaret Phillimore.
The soup run service in Plymouth is primarily operated by the Salvation Army, but some of the organisations running the soup runs are local churches and service groups. Soup runs take place every night of the week, although the Sunday one is now operated as a static soup kitchen. The soup runs have been operating for about 20 years. The soup runs cater for about 60 people. The numbers on the streets vary from 30 to 40 to 60 plus each night. In February 2011, members of the Rotary Club of Plymouth Mayflower started to help with the soup run, provided every 5 weeks by the local Lions Club. This contact was arranged by one of their members. In October 2011, the Salvation Army stopped providing a soup run on a Sunday evening as they were allowed to provide a static soup kitchen from the premises of a local charity, Shekinah Mission. This led to a relocation of soup runs, and there were 2 vacancies. 2 members of the Rotary Club met with Mayor Shirley Collinette from the Salvation Army and were allowed to operate a soup run on a Thursday evening. The first Rotary soup run was held in November 2011, and the club has been providing this service every 5 weeks since then. 3 cars go out, one with fresh hot vegetable soup and food, hot pasty or sausage roll, sandwich, piece of fruit, cake or biscuit, or a bag of crisps. The pasties and sausage rolls are provided at a nominal rate by Tamar Foods, who are based in Callington. The remaining food and soup is provided by Rotary Club members and friends. Another car has hot drinks, hot chocolate, tea and coffee. The third car has a small amount of clothing and bedding. All of the volunteers for the club's soup run are members, relatives or friends. The volunteers prepare the food, pack the food bags, make the hot drinks, sort out clothing, bedding, and go out on the soup runs. A minimum of 7 go out, 2 per car, plus 1 to oversee events and speak to clients. If any of the clients require assistance with accommodation, health issues, etc., they are referred to the Salvation Army, the Sikia Mission, or Path Service, which can provide hotel places in association with Plymouth City Council. The club has a storage facility for equipment, food, clothing and bedding at the Jeremiah Centre, a local church facility in Plymouth.
Well, that brings us to the end of this programme. In the next programme, we'll be featuring a Rotarian who was born in Devon and is now living in Canada. Martin will be returning next March to run all 630 miles of the Southwest Coastal Footpath, a marathon a day in his quest to raise $1 million for the charity Right to Play. You've probably noticed Rotary quite a bit during the last few weeks, collecting for various causes, including the Philippines. Thank you for your support, because the money we raise comes from you. Thank you. I usually sign off by saying, Rotary, we are for communities. Are you? We know you are. We know by the way you have supported us in 2013. Thank you. Please, seriously think about joining us in 2014. Have a happy and healthy Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Sing it over and over again.